Commencement provides the college community an opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of its students. Today, we will have a summa cum laude graduate address our ceremony on behalf of the graduating class of 2010. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Mallory Chastain.
Good morning. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to dedicate my presence on stage and my speech to my dad, who passed away unexpectedly last week. My dad was my biggest fan throughout my 4 years of college and a huge influence on my life. Even though I miss him dearly and would give anything for him to be here with me today, I know he is present while I give this speech. On a lighter note, I would like to say a welcome to my fellow graduates from the class of 2010, the family and friends here to support us graduates, and the esteemed Reinhardt College administration, faculty, and staff who made this day possible. Congratulations, class of 2010. We have officially made it. Woohoo! I'm honored to have been chosen to share a few words with you today. I felt that a cliché graduation speech filled with inspirational quotes, phrases such as "follow your dreams," and references to any Green Day, Vitamin C, or Whitesnake song would be a little bit too generic. Also, I felt that giving you all tons of worldly advice would be inappropriate, seeing as I'm standing here in your same boat. Instead of taking these traditional approaches, today I want to challenge you to answer a question that I, and I'm sure many of you, have asked yourself countless times on your journey throughout college. That question is simply, what's next? The first time you likely asked yourself this question with vigor and slight desperation was at your high school graduation. As you were sitting there on stage or on the football field, decked out in your color coordinating regalia, wondering who some of the people around you were, and thinking about what you might trip over on your way to get your diploma, you were probably silently thinking, what in the world am I going to do next? If you were like me, as you began your journey throughout college, whether it was 4 years ago or 40 or more years ago, Mr. Norton, this foreboding question probably haunted you through every challenge, experience, and opportunity. You might have asked yourself this question the first time you realized your old friends were disappearing and new friends were becoming a larger part of your life. Or when you lost that huge research paper due to the benefits of technology. When you just couldn't get into that class that you oh so desperately needed, or when questions of spirituality and ethics were raised. I'm sure that this question has followed you through your final months, weeks, and days of college and into this gym today. Like many of you, I find myself wondering why our what's next seems to be laden with economic struggles and rising unemployment numbers. While I was sitting at my high school graduation, struggling through those first years of college, and making my journey into the real world, I never dreamed that my what's next would paint such a challenging picture. Personally, in the past few months, I have killed many trees with countless copies of resumes printed on that $20 linen paper and job applications only to hear nothing in return. It is at moments like these when you think the answer to your question of what's next might be hopeless. It is true that our graduating class faces many more challenges than any other graduating class has faced in many, many years. Right now, your what's next might seem fuzzy and frustrating, but it is my challenge to you today to think of this question as an enlightening experience. Instead of dreadfully asking yourself this question, like many of my second graders do, what's next? From this day forward, I would like you to make this question a challenge to yourself and the beginning of a bright future. Whether your what's next is going into the workforce, going back to school, getting married, having children, or like me, is still yet to be determined, think of it as another victory to experience rather than another hoop to jump through. As of today, right here, right now, you officially have your college education behind you, and no one can take that away. At the present time, you might not be able to use that education in the way that you had originally hoped, but that does not mean that you cannot use it to make a difference in the world or to make a difference in someone else's life. Reinhardt has taught me, and hopefully many of you, to take challenges, look them in the face, persevere, and overcome. While at Reinhardt, I have overcome many challenges, including standing right here today. Right now, your what's next might be frustrating, but I have read a quote from a commencement speech written by Michael Uslan that provides the best explanation as to what our what's next will be like. This quote reads, "You must knock on doors until your knuckles bleed. Doors will slam in your face. You must pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and knock again. It's the only way to achieve your goals in life." My personal what's next has certainly changed over the past couple of weeks with the death of my father. Even through all of my shock, hurt, and sadness, I have searched to find positive points. There will be times in your journey when this will happen to you. However, you must always remember that God has a purpose for each of us and will be there to answer your what's next. No matter what your what's next is, go into it with the utmost confidence, passion, and gusto that you can find. There is an amazing parallel, as Dr. Isherwood previously stated, in what is next for our graduating class and what is next for Reinhardt College. We are the last official graduating class from Reinhardt College. On June 1st, the college will transform into Reinhardt University. A very accurate quote made by our esteemed president, Dr. Tom Isherwood, not only addresses where Reinhardt has been and where it is now, but also addresses where we, as a graduating class, have been and where we are now. That quote simply reads, "It's not something we aspire to become, it's what we are." As Reinhardt will be faced with many new challenges in its what's next, we as a graduating class will be as well. I sincerely hope to see our graduating class succeed as much as I know Reinhardt University will in the years to come. Whether speaking about our soon-to-be alma mater or speaking about our graduating class, let it be known that the values, spirituality, and hope this institution has provided us will help us to go on, conquer the world, and answer our own personal what's next. To conclude, I would like to share a simple quote from the tag of one of my t-shirts. Oddly enough, this quote has quickly become my motto for life, and I think you might find it as a great inspiration to you as you go out today and answer your own what's next. This quote reads, "Do what you like what you do. Optimism can take you anywhere. Life is good." Thank you, and God bless you.